Hello, good evening. Wednesday, D&D, fighting and some such. Uh, Other beginning thing coming soon. Still working. Okay. Recap now.
Sorry, that was bad timing. I was blowing out all of the fur from my dice box right as you said that.
Hilarious timing.
Yeah. So, yeah, we had a combat session last session. We went the direction that the last known location of their captain was because we figured it's probably where the controller is. Oh, we were right. There were some falling rocks. We survived. We managed to get to the choke point. Unfortunately, we were the people in the choke point and not the other way around. Currently, Audie and Corona are a little bit further back, fighting off some knights. Lilith and Titan and Roz are further forward. Roz found the controller and, in the way that Roz does, absolutely chased him down. And is, I think, sitting on 6 hit points in a dream right now. And I think we're at the top of the round.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're at.
Yep.
And Titan fell a tree. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Whole ass tree. Yeah, much to that vein. Anything anybody feels like they want to add?
I have a slight
memory.
clarification on Roz chasing him down. Roz didn't chase him down. She got harpooned and dragged after him.
Right.
That's
He
true.
didn't have a choice.
Right.
The good news, the controller doesn't have a gun or a reaction right now. The bad news, Roz is dangling 40 feet off the ground by a javelin.
On a javelin, yeah.
It's one of those, let me go. No, don't actually, just don't touch me.
Oh, they did she's been let go. It's now just on luck, sheer luck, if she careens 40 feet down to the ground or not.
And to recap things that are active and or given, I believe Roz still has a bardic inspiration. I don't
Yes, she
think
does.
she used it. That's the only note that I have for things that I have given out. Because at least for me, one of the hardest things splitting a combat between sessions is going, what was active? What was I doing? Uh-oh.
To be fair, well, it's nice you keep track of who you've given bardic inspiration die to. That more falls to the person you've given it to.
Also fair.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, if there's nothing else to add. As Kay said, this is fairly succinct because combats tend to do that. So we're just going to pick right back up, especially since we've started a little bit late. Top of the round, Corona. You've got a bug attached to you and 2 knights on either side.
Oh, that's right. It is attached to me. Okay.
Oh no.
Let's see. Are either of the knights hurt?
Short answer to that is one of them is.
One of them is?
Mm-hmm.
Is it visible which one? Are they like that hurt that I could see? That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got a bunch of crossbow bolts sticking out of it.
Fair. Okay. I'm pretty sure I had one bullet or one shell left in my gun, so I'm just gonna ride with that assumption and reload next round. So this round I'm going to go into a focus stance, just for the advantage. And we'll dump the last shell on that right knight. Okay, let's see. Advantage. Oh, okay. Oh, hit. Okay. Barely. Probably. Oh, hey. 8 damage. Okay. And then... Well, I guess let's see if it's alive still.
That is important, because it is not.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. You fill it with lead, literally punching a hole through the front of the armor and out the back.
Nice. Okay.
It is... There. Dead.
Awesome. And then I think we're going to try and get this little zapper off of us. I'll use my bonus action to do a melee strike on the one that's on me.
Yeah, that's a choice.
Let's see. Can't target him. Oh, there he is. Okay, it's because I had myself selected. Oh wait, no, I still can't target. I'll use the
Yeah, it's
where is it?
it's in a weird thing because it's using the module that overlaps you guys, and it is showing above, but I think it's also below you.
I'm having trouble
Oh,
targeting
okay, here.
it even with a.
Here, I'll just move it.
Ah, there we go. Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay.
Yeah.
This is normal. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna hit. Wow. Yeah.
Max damage.
Yeah, that'll do it. You swat it off you like an annoying fly at a picnic.
Yeah. Action, bonus action. I cannot move because I'm focusing. That is the end of the turn.
Titan, your turn.
Okay. How far below me is the controller? I don't remember.
The controller is 65 feet below you.
Okay. Can I'm gonna drop down, and then cast Featherfall so I can land close beside him.
Well, so he isn't standing on anything. He's affixed to the side of the tree via his mount.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Then can I instead drop down on him and use my dropping momentum to shove action him?
I mean, yeah, this is
the tree.
Yeah, this is just a matter of rolls.
Okay.
So you drop, make an athletics check, and he will contest it. His number's pretty good.
Inspiration. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, worth it. 21 total.
21 tie. Hang on. How did this work? It's
in the event of a tie, it just remains in the state that it was in, so he stays on the tree.
Yeah, tie. Yeah, they go to the defender. Yeah.
Well, it goes to, like, for example, if I had him grappled and we tied, he would remain grappled. Whereas if I tried to grapple him and we tied, he would be ungrappled.
Right.
It maintains the stasis.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I can do, other than try and, like I said, feather fall and grab a branch and not die.
But so yeah, I mean, because now you are in the state of falling after going towards him. And it's 125 feet down to the ground from your starting position.
Like I said, I'm going to have to use Featherfall, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Reaction the Featherfall.
Yeah. Spell. Okay. That's it for me.
And feel free to move yourself to either one of these three positions as well. I just kind of put you there arbitrarily.
I'll be here.
Okay. All right. Next up is the controller's mount. Yeah, it really has no reason to be polite about anything. I think it's just going to shoot at Lilith. Because Lilith is being a nuisance. And is one of the only people with a actual ranged weapon to speak of. I'm starting strong. Natural 2. It's going to miss. Bolt is going to
for a second.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna zing right by you into the pebbles. but otherwise miss. Bad news is it has a friend on the tree on its way up. It is likewise going to crawl onto the side of the this fallen tree, reorient its turret, and take a second shot at you, Lilith. I am rolling real strong. I don't think a 13 is going to hit either.
Nope.
Roz.
Okay. Well, Roz has no reason to not try to huck another javelin at the mount and pray for a hit. Disadvantaged, right? Because she's dangling.
Yep.
This is worth a bardic inspiration because the bardic might make it hit.
It's true.
It becomes a 19.
To hit the mount?
To hit the mount.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. For a grand total of 7 damage.
I mean, yeah, it hits. It sort of screeches off, its front haunch. Definitely left a bit of a sizable scratch in it. I'm gonna need you to make me 2 rolls, though. One,
Okay.
an athletics check to keep hanging on to this javelin very haphazardly wedged into the tree. And then after that, well, we'll worry about the first one first.
The athletics checks is 23.
Great. Yeah, you're definitely hanging on. Now to see if the javelin's going to keep hanging on. This is just a percentile die. Roll a D100.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. This is just a matter of dumb luck if it stays in with all of your crazy movement on it.
81.
Yeah, it's gonna maintain for now. Really wedged in there.
Your luck.
The controller, well, all of its enemies went downward. It doesn't have a ranged weapon anymore. Well, it's as if the controller is going to make a tactical decision. Because why wouldn't he in this scenario? Oh, don't do that. It's going to hop onto the side of that tree, the felled tree, and it's going to run down the length of it, heading towards the west. This bolter over here is going to shoot Melody, who's been shooting other people. Hang on. Might be my first actual hit. Modify 20.
That hits.
12 points of piercing damage.
Oh. All right.
Are you still concentrating on Bane?
I didn't think we had any of those targets left.
This guy is. That's why he's got that funny little symbol on him.
Oh. Yeah, then I guess I am.
Make a concentration check then.
Because I don't do these very often. I have to beat 12.
It's either 10 or half of the damage you took. So
Oh,
since half
so
of that
10.
would be, yeah, so you just gotta be 10.
And I fail. It's a 6.
Oh. With your bonus?
-1. So it's a 5.
Oh. Yeah, fair. Good.
I'm still exhausted.
Good remembering. He is no longer baned, as Bane falls.
Mm-hmm.
But that is the bolter's turn. And now it's Melody's.
Yeah. Let me check my inventory here for a quick second.
You
I
looking for
happen
potions?
to have 1 level 1 healing potion, and I'm gonna be drinking that as my bonus action.
That's wise.
Yeah. 4 plus con is 4 plus 3, 7. I'll take it. Yeah, and then because I believe it's my rapier that's out, I am going to take a swing at this knight that is right there
Mhm.
because I can't reach the other one without juggling weapons, and that seems ill-advised right now.
Complicated at best, yeah.
Yeah, especially because Corona has the thing that goes boom.
Mm. Stab
Oh
the
my
knight.
goodness, I don't want to live. You know what? We're gonna use some inspiration. We're gonna use some inspiration because that's what it's for.
Use it or lose it, yep.
All right. Okay, that's better. That is a -1. It's a 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
Cool. And it's not a -1 to damage, right? It's to hits and saves.
Yes.
Basically D20 rolls.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that was in spell saves, but
8 points of damage.
okay, pretty good. It is still standing. But
Okay.
as before, the rapier finds its way in between the plates, and somewhere inside a finicky wire or mechanism has been damaged, and it is now not operating as well as it once was.
Excellent. I lost the turn order somehow, so I can't end my turn.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Yeah, if you go up to the cross swords at the top of the UI, you can always get back there. And if you double right click, it'll pop it out for you. Lilith.
Lilith. Is the controller and his amount within sight still, or
Yes. Yeah, it's on top of the tree still.
then Lilith will do what she's been doing and use this tree as a means to hide from them. That's a bonus action. I'll spend an inspiration on that. That is much better. 24.
Mm-hmm. Who's your target?
Well, this is just hiding from the
Oh,
controller.
24 stealth check. Right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. 24 is good.
And then she will pop out and take a shot at the mount.
Go for it.
So close. Natural 19.
Oh, shame.
Assuming that hits.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, really good damage, though. $27 points of damage.
Wow.
Yeah, max on the weapon dice and really high on the sneak attack and lightning damage.
I can tell. Yeah. You know, you tumble out of the way of the Lancer shots that are taken at you. You quickly duck on the cover, take an opportunity to pop back out, see the controller and its his Lancer fleeing down the length of the log tree. You level your longbow and sight on him, wait for the right moment, and right as he gets to the bottom, it's about to leap midair. The arrow catches straight through the center body of the torso itself of the Lancer. And you watch as it just kind of sparks in multiple places from the lightning enchantment on the arrow, but then the sparks don't stop, they spread. And you just watch as a whole section of its underside just sort of explodes outwards. And it's dead.
I also need the controller to make a wisdom save.
Sure. It's 16.
That'll succeed. No damage. Pretty sure.
And he's going to also roll to stick the landing, and he does. The dexterous little bastard.
That's my action. Bonus action. I'll use my last 10 feet to just move to the ledge here, and that is my turn.
Okay. Oop. Oopsie. There we go. Wait, no, hang on. Where did I end up? I want to be here. Hang on. I think I somehow, I hopped onto a dead actor.
Yeah, you want to be on the knight.
I do. Yep. Hang on.
I think you just need to go back.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
The knight's just going to swing on you, Corona. We're going to keep it sweet and simple.
Okay.
For a 16 to hit, which is not gonna.
Oh, no, just barely.
Yeah, it's gonna swing wide on you. You're gonna kind of just like shove the fist off kilter from target, and that's its turn. It is now yours.
Okay. Well, likewise, keep it simple. Bonus action reload, and action shoot. We'll enter focus stance again. So advantage. If this hits, oh, all right.
Nice.
Let's go. I'm going to use a maneuver to just make sure this thing is dead. So we'll do the critical hit. Oh, actually, did I configure this correctly? Well, let's see. I probably didn't. No.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah, the settings in the game should do it automatically.
Oh,
Even
neat.
if you didn't do it.
Beautiful. Okay, and then we'll do. I don't know if it'll matter, but we'll do arresting strike. I'm not sure if it'll do the save. No, it does not. They need to make. Yes, that.
A
Which they
DC 14
fail.
dex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not very dexterous.
and 2 more. I guess it's a. Oh wait, are these d6s just straight up maxed?
One of them is.
One of them is okay. So 1d6 plus 6 is what we're rolling.
Nice.
Well, okay. There we go.
Yeah. If you were wondering, it's certainly super dead.
I would hope so with 27 damage, yeah.
Yeah, like you punched a hole through the other one. This one, the shotgun blast, literally just saws it in half.
Ooh. Awesome. With that, I think she's going to take a look at Melody. How is she looking? Just at a glance.
She's been better.
Okay.
She's as it were, 11 out of 27.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Pretty
Yeah.
roughly.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 27. Yeah.
I got some potions on my belt if you need them, Melody. She'll just say.
As long as we're not getting hit, we just gotta move forward. That thing's got our number, though.
Yeah. And that's turn.
Titan.
Okay. The gnome controller is in the tree that I felled, right?
Yeah, he's at the bottom of it now.
It's at the bottom of it.
Yeah, he's over yonder.
So how much movement does he have? Anyways,
He got over there via his mount, which has a lot of movement.
fair enough. I have no ranged options. I just have to try and go over there. And then it's a 10-foot drop.
Correct. Sorry, Lilith.
I'll just eat that damage, I think.
Titan throws Lilith off the cliff.
Yeah. You can make an athletics check on the drop,
Okay.
which should be very doable.
Oh, 13.
Yeah, perfectly fine for a 10-foot drop. No damage.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
I can't move past the.
Oh, yep. There you go.
Thank you. I'll dash.
Is that where the wall is? Okay. Yeah.
That's where the wall is, 40. And then it's 10 feet up
Yes.
at
Twice that. So it'll be 20.
twice. Okay, so I can get here then, just right to at the very bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But that's everything I can do.
Okay. The bolter that is now back in the eastern tree, I guess the northeastern tree, is going to I mean, it's just got a lovely little target right below it. It's still Lilith. So it's just going to keep doing that.
Thinks I'm lovely.
I'm going to miss with a 14. Roz.
Yeah, still precarious.
Yeah, still Sitch.
Mm-hmm. No handholds for climbing down or climbing up.
Not really.
And I don't have enough health to survive the fall. So I think Roz is just gonna shout down to Lilith. I think I'm gonna fall, and I'm not gonna be able to get back up.
Jump!
And Roz is gonna fall.
I will use my reaction to use my single spell from Callista to cast Featherfall.
Okay.
So Roz is going to not take any damage when she hits the ground, be shocked that she's not dead, pick up her axe that had to be dropped forever ago. Come over here and buddy cop if Lilith allows it.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me you could do that earlier?
There's a lot of things Callista can do, and it's hard to keep track.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all.
Let's just dodge.
Dodge. Good. Great choice, even. Well, the soldier sees the Titans right below the tree, sees people regrouping to the east, doesn't have a mount, is going to jump down, make an acrobatics check, be perfectly fine, and is going to continue running. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's likewise going to dodge. Because he's seen somebody with a frigging longbow that's a crack shot. And perhaps to the great relief of the others there, this boulder is going to turn, reposition itself, digging its bladed heels into the bark of the tree, and level its turret against Lilith again. 19 to hit.
Tie with the buddy cop.
Well, I'm gonna hit you then. For 14 points of piercing damage.
Oof, ouch, her bones.
But that's its turn. Melody.
So if Corona's interested, Audie wants to move up. I think. Try and get closer to see if we can see what's going on. We know that one creature's there, but she's not using her crossbow right now. But we have no idea where everyone else is.
Corona's interested. I just don't know how the ruling would work with her focusing and losing movement.
Oh.
Was that on this round of combat? It was, yeah, it was at the top.
It was, yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
so you have 0 movement speed.
Okay.
Melody cannot just drag you along in this instance.
That is
Okay.
fair.
And it's an action to swap out rapier for crossbow?
Yeah, so again...
Well, she's holding it in one round. She has to stow.
Well, I'm about to say, we talked about this. Yeah, so you're holding both, but you need both hands to use the crossbow. So you get one free item interaction per round. So you can sheathe the rapier and then use the crossbow normally. Okay.
And that is going to be the plan, and the range on that is...
What are you looking for?
The range on a light crossbow.
320. If you just hover over the light crossbow in your inventory, it'll tell you the ranges.
Yeah. And anything that I can see within 80, I can't see the controller, right? Because the trunk's in the way.
Trunk, mist, fog, a lot of things.
Yeah. But that gnomish bolter that's been shooting at me is absolutely in range. All right.
Mm-hmm.
40 feet and I can see it. All right.
More or
We're
less.
gonna stow the rapier and take a shot. And Audie will just whisper to Corona, you know, when you're ready to run, I'm running with you. But she'll take her shot. 16 to hit.
Yeah, that'll just hit.
Okay.
That is the magic number.
Oh, I'll take that. 10 points of damage.
For you, that's pretty good.
Yep. It's max damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the bolt whistles off into the mist towards the silhouette you can see where that's been shooting at you, unmoving for the last couple of rounds.
It's almost as much damage as it gave me.
Nearly, except I rolled below max. Yeah, I rolled below average twice.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. The max damage hit for these guys, I think, is 22. No, hang on. I can't math. 20. It's 20. So, yeah. Melody, you're just hanging out?
Staying buddy cop with Corona.
Okay. Lilith.
Lilith. Boy. I'm gonna use my item interaction to fish around in my pouch, pull out a potion, and just set it down for Roz.
Yeah. We can, for the sake of it, say you're handing it to her, but yeah. She's still got to do her thing to take it.
And Lilith's gonna try to slide down this wall with an acrobatics check.
Go for it. 10 feet, it's easy.
13.
Yeah. Perfectly fine. Whoop. Oh, I grabbed Roz. Well. There we go.
25 feet there. Bonus action. Dash, so 5, and she's gonna climb up.
Okay. Is that over the wall?
No.
There you go.
Being all dodgy. Don't have a way to get advantage easily right now. So, let me just take a shot and hope.
It's a choice.
Disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
15 to hit.
That will miss, unfortunately.
She'll use the last of her movement to just make sure that she doesn't get too far behind.
Not too far behind, aka right next to him.
Yeah.
It's a choice. There we go.
That is her turn.
Okay. Corona.
Okay. If Melody would like to, she'll bring her along. This is the difficult terrain to climb the little ledges, right?
Yep.
Okay. So here would be like 25, or would it be 30?
It's gonna be 30.
30? Okay, cool. If she can bring up Melody with her, that's probably what Corona would do.
Yeah, I mean it's both neither of you have climb speed, so it's just a matter of clambering up that space.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean if Melody agrees to follow you, which it sounds like she was, both of you can do that without like any issues.
Okay. I think we might just need to be moved because
the wall.
The wall.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. So we'll do that. Did that take any like actions or
Nope.
bonus actions or
Just
anything?
movement.
No? Okay. Okay. Buddy's still there. Okay. I think, let's see. Fog doesn't let us see too much, but it seems pretty clear.
Yeah.
Besides that bolter.
I about to say, you guys know, at least are aware of its position. Everything else that's going up north is pretty hard to follow.
Yeah. Still, though, considering Melody is hurt, she's not going to leave her behind. I think what we'll do is we'll bonus action reload.
Okay.
Just have full shells and dodge as the action.
A fine choice. Titan.
Continue pursuit, I suppose. 5, 10, 25, 30. Breath weapon, I guess.
Yeah, that's it's definitely an option.
He needs to make a
It's a con save, I believe, right?
on save, yes.
I rolled a natural 2 for a total of 4.
Yay. He takes sorry, 12 damage.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. That's it for Titan for now.
Okay. There's Bolter. I'm just gonna move there. We're going to reposition it, and it's gonna keep shooting at Lilith. 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay. It balanced out. 13 points of piercing damage.
Goes down.
That is the Bolter's turn. Lancer. Sorry, I originally had a different prototype name, and now there's a mix-up in the initiative. Anyway. Roz.
Okay. Well, Roz is going to slug that potion.
Mm-hmm.
It heals her for 16.
Pretty good.
And then she just saw Lilith drop.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to dash all the way over to Lilith Square and stand over her to protect her.
Sure. Yeah, if that, I'll just bop you on over there.
And athletics to get down without hurting herself is 14.
Perfectly fine.
You're not going anywhere. Last chance to surrender.
Turns, looks at you, takes the single weapon he has remaining on him, a short sword, is going to stab Lilith.
Heroic save. I'm going to spend 2 inspiration points for heroic save. Character within 5 feet's attacked. I'm going to take it instead of her.
Okay.
And I get resistance to the damage.
Does this need an attack that's been completed, or does it target you from the start?
It just says if a character within 5 feet of you is attacked, as a reaction, you can choose to suffer the effect instead of them.
Okay, yeah, so I'm attacking you now.
I can also push Lilith, which I will. Lilith's going to be right next to Titan.
Okay. It'll lower your AC a little, which actually matters right now. Because it's going to be a 19.
That hits.
For 6 points of piercing damage.
Hanging in there because of that potion.
Yep. Gonna stab you a second time. Modified 20 this time. 9 points of piercing damage.
Hanging in there.
Yep. And now he's going to continue being a little annoying prick, and he's going to bonus action, disengage, and keep running. He didn't really have a reason to do a lot of this stuff before because he had a He has mount to do it for him, but here he is, showing off his abilities. We're gonna get into one of those weird things where he's off the map. I'm gonna let you keep pursuing because he's not so far off the map that you couldn't realistically keep pursuing him. So we're just gonna do one of those. So bear with me. He is new text. He is 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to be 10 feet off map. Just going to use that as a reference. Okay. This bolter has an amazing shot on you, Roz. And is going to take it.
I almost forgot I had resistance to all damage.
Oh.
So I'm going to take advantage of that
Yeah, you
after
should.
making heroic save.
You should definitely take advantage of that.
Yeah.
It's extremely important you take advantage of that. Including the damage from this attack.
Yep. So I actually have 15 HP.
Given that I just hit you with a 19.
Yep.
Ooh, wow. The dice really like you guys tonight. I rolled a 2 and a 1 on the damage dice for a total of 7. So you'll cut that down to 3. Melody. Wow.
Yeah, that wolf up there doesn't seem like it wants to notice us. But if I can still see it, I would love to still hit it.
Yeah, you can. You're closer now. It's even easier.
Cool.
Like, now you can actually make out features and not just like, oh, yes, that, quadrupedal thing in the tree.
Yep. Well, let's use our last inspiration point. Because, boy, my dice, they're not happy with me tonight. Not at all. I've rolled 4 3s.
I can relate.
Oh, but that's a 19 plus...
That's
so
good.
It's a 23.
Yeah, definitely going to hit.
22. For 5 points of damage.
Not as sizable as the 10, but every little bit counts.
Yep.
Anything else, Melody?
We've used our movement, sticking with Corona. That's kind of it.
Okay. Lilith.
Hee hee.
Mm-hmm. Just end your turn whenever you've done your thing,
I have marked it on her sheet.
Great. Corona.
She is planning to move up the cliff once again. I'm not sure if Melody is interested in coming with, but go the
There
20
is.
feet there. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay. He's like somewhere here, right? Can't see him because of the tree. Let's see. Yeah, he's right there. Okay. Cool. I'm not sure if I can actually target him because of the tree.
Oh, yeah, I could see that as being a problem. Here, I'll just scoot him over here. It's weird that you can't see him. Oh, hang on. It's because I've done a thing.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Altitude. Yeah.
Yeah. This gets weirdly complicated when it's not properly automated to do all the height jumping yourself.
It's all good. Okay. Yeah, so he is there and we're here. Oh, 15 feet. Okay. Okay. You know what? We'll, This is tough. You know what? We'll get his attention. We'll use one of these. It's not the most creative use of them, but let's throw a bomb at him.
Fair. Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh, I'll re-roll that with a hero point if I can.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Just skip this. Normal. 13? Nah, that's a miss again. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunate. Let's see. I'm not sure if anything happens on the miss.
The assumption is
think
it's
so.
still going to detonate. It's just not going to cause any harm to the target.
Okay. Might get his attention though. Okay.
Yeah.
That was the action. I'm fully reloaded. I guess we'll stay here. And I have nothing for my bonus action for now.
Okay.
Besides using a potion, but I'll save those. That's the turn.
Titan.
Okay. Medicine check on Lilith to try and stabilize her.
Sure.
At 21.
Yeah. She's stable.
Okay. Then Lilith, you're up with 1 hit point. It's just a feature of a flesh smith. And then I'm gonna dig a trench 5, 10, just on these 2 squares.
Okay.
For Lilith and Roz to hide in if that's what they choose to do. But I'm gonna continue 15. Pursuing the gnome.
Okay. Is that everything, Titan?
Yeah, sorry, that's
Okay.
everything.
There's bolters here. He's going to shuffle. He's going to shoot Roz. Speaking of 3s, 7. It's going to miss.
Oh, finally, they miss.
Roz.
Roz, look back, see Lilith's eyes open. She's alert. She's aware. Buddy cop Titan?
Buddy cop.
I think she can... Or wait, does she have to go further to get within melee range?
Yeah, he's 10 feet off of the map.
Okay. Then Roz is actually not buddy coppeting.
Copying.
She's getting closer to him.
Yeah, so for the sake of it,
Perfectly fine.
you'd have to... Yeah, if you use exactly 30 feet of movement from where you started, you will end up right next to him.
Mm-hmm. That's the plan. God, I'm still holding this die to make my attack and so nervous about it. Here we go. It's a natural 20. It's a natural 20.
I couldn't tell.
Hey,
Me
could
neither.
have been a natural 1, right?
I
It
thought
could
that
have
was
been.
swearing.
Yeah, me too. Oh, okay, nice.
Oh,
Clap, clap, clap. Under pressure.
almost max damage on the roll. She does 30 damage with her great axe.
Wow. Okay, so I have to work through now a series of events because that is exactly the amount of HP he had remaining.
Holy crap.
But
I'm sweating. I've been thinking about that for a week.
yeah, I bet. Now I'm going to do something that will either make this combat worse or better, which is I'm going to roll a percentile die now. Okay, I made it worse. My apologies. So, Roz, give us a little. How do you do it?
So Roz, after soaking that blow for Lilith, getting stabbed, getting shot, shoving Lilith aside, sees this guy run away, looks back between Lilith and the gnome running away, and she is bleeding from the mouth, bleeding from the nose. There is a gaping hole from that harpoon in her shoulder. She drags her axe behind her because it's the best she can do with how damaged her arm is, chases him down, brings it up over her head, and chops it into the side of his neck, down into the rib cage. And when she frees it, she doesn't pull it up. She wrenches it to the side and yanks the blade free.
And
I told you it was your last chance.
And as expected, it does all of the devastation to his physical form and more, as he's held together by hopes and prayers. And while the body, almost in two pieces, is there sitting there twitching, you stare and watch as the gauntleted hand, suddenly you watch the armor begin to burn away, turn to ash and smolder, and you see beneath it there is a glowing gem-like engravement that is adorned onto his skin, and it begins to glow brighter and brighter until you begin to feel the temperature shift in the air from where you are to the frigid 1 degree to it's starting to get a little hot in here. And the form, the armor, the flesh, the bone melts away. And in its place stands a figure made of fire. Gnomish in shape, but no longer humanoid. This is misbehaving itself. I'm just gonna move everybody real quick. It's trying to buddy cop with its corpse. It's a problem. Oh well, it's here. We all know it. Just let me, deliver, worse news just by doing one of these and rolling it in. Well, Roz, it's your turn still.
I got nothing else I can do.
There's something to me that is much funnier about the fact that it's just like, yep, I can't do anything, and then the pass, and it immediately skips to another part of the battle map.
Meanwhile,
it's just very funny. Oh yeah, this bolter. Except the bolter is now, in fact, going to change its attention. Whether it be because the bomb or because the person controlling it is not necessarily inputting. Who knows? But it is going to turn. It's going to see the person with the gun, and who threw the bomb is just going to shoot Corona.
finally.
Yeah, 26 to hit.
Yep.
$12 points of piercing damage.
I will use my reaction to use my gloves of missile snaring and attempt to reduce the damage.
Well, I think you will reduce the damage.
Okay. I just wasn't sure because these things were like shooting like bolts of energy. We hadn't tried just yet.
Yeah.
Didn't want to assume.
There's something there to catch. There's a lot more to these that all of you don't quite know yet, but yeah, there's something to catch technically.
Okay, so it's 1d10 plus dex mod. Okay. 3, 1 plus 3. Oh, wait, did I do that wrong? I did do that wrong. I'm so sorry.
Just a d10.
Wrong digit. Yep. Okay, 9.
That's good.
And it did how much?
12.
Sorry?
So
12, okay, so
you'll
3.
take 3, yeah.
Awesome.
Considerably good. But that's the bolter's turn. And now the controller's turn. I'm going to make it do a dance again. Nope, still going to keep buddy cupping with his body. All right. Well, all fire, flames, and fury now. It does not seem to look at you with eyes that can be considered humanoid or really anything that you could possibly read given its complete shape and physiology. But it is going to, with 2 hands made of fire, going to reach out and slap you, Roz. Wow. I rolled a 14 and an 18.
The 18 hits.
Yeah, I bet it does. Where'd my dice go? 8 points of fire damage. And in the classic sense that you might expect, if you're holding anything that would be considered flammable, it ignites.
Thankfully, I don't think she is. She doesn't have a cloak that can catch fire.
That's convenient. Okay. Yep. That's all it's going to do. Except it is going to wheel about, and for the sake of many reasons, it is going to re-enter the battle map.
So, opportunity attack, or are we hand waving this because?
No. It's walking. It's definitely walking by you.
Cool. Opportunity attack.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. 9.
9, yeah, not gonna do it. Yeah,
Don't have inspiration anymore.
where you think it is, because of its now partially corporeal form, it is not as tangible as you thought it was, and the axe swings partially through it. Melody. For the record, I do want to say, Corona, Melody, you both can very clearly see what is a big glowing ball of fire over there that was not there previously. Just wanted to point that out.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, because we have opportunity to speak, Melody is quickly gonna ask, she's like, "Do you think you can hit that over there?"
No way. This gun doesn't go that far.
I might be able to hit it, but I can't help you with that if I do.
If you want, go over there. Help him out. I'll take care of this guy.
I mean, it's technically within my second range. It's just at disadvantage. So,
Accurate
Audie's
statement.
going to attempt to do that, because she thinks, I think, the potential extra 2 points of AC is worth it. Ooh.
Fair.
So my dice box up here. And disadvantage. What could
Yep.
go wrong? Probably already doesn't hit. That's a 10.
That will not hit. You are correct. Is that all, Melody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. We're wanting to stay buddy copped.
Yeah. Lilith, welcome back to the land of the living.
So much pain. She's gonna pull herself up to her feet.
Yeah, things have changed since you last were conscious.
Yeah, she was conscious in time to see the gnome die and explode.
Yep.
Realizing that wasn't just a dream, she's going to spend 5 feet, move over here, grab her longbow.
Advisable.
So it moved back onto the map. Is it within 5 feet of Titan? Is it
Yes.
generally accurate to the map now? Okay.
Yep.
In which case, we are going to just fire at it. Realized I wasn't holding my pusher. I'm taking a shot at it at normal.
Yeah.
22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I still get my sneak attack. Yay.
Yay, teammates being in danger.
$20 points of damage.
Pretty good.
The remaining 10 feet of movement, we will free action fall prone and roll into the pit.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
And bonus action hide.
All good decisions, I feel, yes.
19 stealth.
Okay. Top of the round with Corona.
Okay. Well, she is actually wanting to move even closer to this thing, point blank if she can. I'm not sure if Melody wants to approach with her, but that is her intention.
Yeah, she's there to help protect her.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's like move over here. Unless if that's dangerously close to the cliff.
I
Which it
mean,
might be.
it's like next to it.
Okay.
You know, if you.
What's this thing gonna do? Push us?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So yeah, we'll move there. Right, okay. Threw bombs last time, so didn't shoot. I have full shells. Yeah, let's just try and shoot and then punch. Just normally. Boom. Oh, I forgot to do the thing, but I think it's gonna miss. Yep.
Yeah.
No problem. Go. Oh wait, actually. Oh, geez. Okay, let me. I think I just have to aim to hit something I don't actually have to hit to do the bonus attack. Every session this comes up.
Yeah, you mean the unarmed strike?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to make the attack.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll gladly take that crit.
Oh, nice.
I guess she's just frustrated with with these things kind of circling us around that she just gives it the old boot and
I can't math.
whacks it.
Hang on, I'm doing dumb things.
No, I saw the minus
Nope,
24.
nope. Yeah, hang on. I went the wrong direction.
Oh no, even more. Triple crit.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, that should be accurate. And I think that is probably going to be it. Yeah, because that's the bonus action. Yep, that's it.
Okay. Titan, is your turn.
Okay. Flaming gnome is in front of me.
Standing right in front of you. Yep.
All right, let's fight. About time something turned and faced him. Uh, 18 to hit.
Yeah, 18 will hit.
Okay. Seven damage. And then I'll bonus action attack him again.
Okay. Before you do, you're going to take 4
Okay.
points of fire damage for striking him.
Sure. Okay. 20. 20 something
Yep.
to hit.
Yeah,
20,
more than plenty.
23, I think. Oh yay! 12 damage. 12 damage on that one.
Very nice. You'll take 1 point of fire damage in return.
Yeah, no, I think that's it.
Okay. This bolter needs to consider choices. It is going to wheel about. It's going to shoot Corona in the back.
Would I be able to see this coming enough to try and stop it with a reaction?
Well, so because of the fog cover, it's technically out of your
Yeah.
line of sight. But the shots dissipate the fog as they're coming through. Just make a perception check.
Sure. Yeah, I figured I'd ask because of the fog mainly myself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Oh, I thought it was going to be another nat 20. 12.
Yeah, 12 is good. It's a bright flash of light. The sound's
Okay.
very, very noticeable. So yeah, you can use the reaction if you want to try to give it a catch.
It does hit, right?
Oh, well actually good point. 15, it doesn't.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Okay.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, you still might need it in the future.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's the Boulder's turn. Roz.
Much to her chagrin, Roz does not have the health to stand and fight with Titan. So Roz is going to run, dash, all the way around their fight
Mm,
so that she can get into the trench with Lilith and drop prone.
okay. This Bolter's feeling a little targeted. Lancer, Bolter, I don't know anymore. Yeah. Who in this square off? Who's up front?
I would assume Corona, but that's only
Yeah.
because she's got the shotgun.
I was gonna say, yeah, considering Corona was the one that literally punched it in the nose.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking.
Yeah, we're not gonna fret. I'm just gonna skip its turn because it rolled a 1.
Oh. Huh.
It's done. The awakened controller on fire on the map. I'm literally just gonna move him because I'm really sick and tired of just how he's orienting. There we go. And it's just going to it's gonna go to a slugfest with Titan. 2 attacks.
Okay,
1 will miss. 1 is a 21.
that'll hit.
6 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Well, that is the controller's turn. I'm also not going to talk about the typo I just noticed in its token name.
Nope, not gonna talk about it at all.
Nope.
Definitely didn't notice that.
Nope.
Wasn't gonna say anything.
No one noticed anything.
The stream can see it.
No, they can't. Shh. Anyway, it's totally Audie's turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't have any cover yet, right? And
Uh,
by it, I mean the controller.
no, it's an open ground.
Okay.
it's-
Oh, it's exactly at 80 feet.
Oh, how convenient that I happened to move it exactly within your short range accidentally. Totally an accident. I actually wasn't considering it. I literally did it because I wanted it to stop being weird.
Well, hooray! It's exactly at 80 feet. We're gonna take that shot. How's a 17?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Nice. Okay, it's a little weak at the back end, but 4 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's still gonna strike it. But from this distance, you can't really tell exactly how much it did.
Yeah, and sticking with Corona, if
Mhm.
the bolter goes down and she moves, Audie's right there with her. And my turn.
Okay. Yeah, Lilith.
Well, it stands up from prone in her hiding position and takes a shot.
Who you shooting?
The flaming Nomio.
Yep. Go for it.
That's going to be a 19 total.
Yeah, that'll do.
Only 14 points of damage this time.
All
Low
right.
rolls.
Yeah, that is not as impressive. But 14 still pretty good. Yeah, the arrow seems to want to pass through, but it catches something much more physical, probably due to the magical nature of your weapon.
Yay. And we will drop prone again and bonus action hide.
Yes, an effective
This-
strategy.
This time 25 stealth.
Much better. I'm not entirely convinced you'll come across an enemy for a long time that'll ever have a passive perception to catch you, Lilith. So I think you're fine. Corona.
How rogues work generally.
Mm-hmm.
Krona's gonna go into steady aim. Then actually do this correctly. Advantage.
Oh, ugly.
Unfortunate numbers. Yep. Okay, no problem. I think now she's out of shells for next turn.
Uh-oh.
And well, not completely out of
Oh,
shells.
you got to
just
reload.
In the yeah.
Gotcha.
And yeah, we'll just give this guy a good old bonk again.
Give him the
normal.
bonk.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. Unfortunate. Actually, you know what? Let's I only used 1 point. So let's roll it on this one.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
All right. Well, I learned my lesson.
Zhao, I don't know what deity you've pissed off, but go make amends.
It's just this game. I don't know what's going on.
Anyway, Titan, it's your turn.
More attacking.
Yep. Fairly simple plan. I like it.
It's about all I can manage right now. 22 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
8 damage.
Pretty good.
Bonus action. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
That was a natural 19. Where's my... Yeah, I have 2 turns left of my claws being in the active state. 19 is a critical.
Very nice.
Oh.
Way to pull that together. Get him.
It's 17.
Wow. Yeah. If you've got it in you, how do you want to do it?
I mean, it depends on the liberties you'll let me take. I just imagine Titan slashing into this thing, and it's flaming up, and obviously he's going to take some fire damage from those 2 hits as well.
Mm-hmm.
But he just starts breathing heavy, and ice coming out of his mouth, and cooling the flames, and just slashing into it until he can find some sort of core and destroy it.
Yeah. Yeah, Titan, yeah, you take these big, powerful swings, claws finding purchase in places, despite its mostly incorporeal form. You're generating much more mist and chill in the area to counteract the heat that it has been giving off in waves. And eventually, the last final blow, which your claws rend marks through the whole form of the creature, kind of leaving the slash marks through its body for a moment, you find and feel a solid piece of something. And as you do, your claws break through it, shattering it into a glittering cloud of dust. And it, just like a candle flame, fizzles out.
Yay.
Yeah.
What's the fire damage for my 2 hits?
I subtracted it from your HP. It was 4 total.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You already subtracted it?
I did.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's it for Titan.
Okay. Do you want to move anywhere?
Well, actually, yeah, movement.
Mm-hmm.
There's still things on the field.
There are.
I've jumping down. Uh, 15 athletics.
Yeah, perfectly good.
Okay. That's 30. That I can make it there is all.
Okay. In which case, this bolter is going to keep shooting at this pair over here. It's going to shoot Corona. This time it will hit Corona.
Sure. Should I roll again for the perception check, or?
We can just roll that one over if you'd like.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Then I'll try and catch it.
Yep. Your odds are much better. I rolled very low. Oh.
So did I.
Unfortunately, yeah. So 9 points of piercing damage. So you'll
okay.
reduce it to 3.
Down to 3 again. Okay.
Yeah. For what it's worth, you've been kind of doing this dance, with this attack where you understand what the purpose of this glove is, and you're attempting to try to basically catch the projectile so that way it doesn't cause any harm to you. And you're not used to it yet. It's hard to also read projectiles that are flying this quickly. Except you have a moment where you do briefly make physical contact with something that's being fired, but and have seen multiple times wherever it lands, there's no projectile remaining. So there's something to how these creatures fire, but they do fire a physical ammunition of some type. Just doesn't stay that way. Roz.
Roz's part in this combat is nearly done, unfortunately. She's got 1 javelin left. This last bolter within her range is within 120. She'll hurl a javelin 110 feet away.
Yeah, go for it.
And miss.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling a 9.
Yeah.
Sticking into the tree.
Going,
fuck it, I'm done. And just lying down in the trench.
I think Lilith is going to say, you could take my short bow if you want.
Crazy
Sure.
elves with their bows.
You gotta have a backup bow.
This bolter is going to it's going to use its action and turn invisible. But quite obviously it is then going to move away from the group of you. You'll be able to see the small shifts in the stone and the dust as it moves.
Okay.
So, I suppose this is mostly a thing for Audie, an opportunity attack, which can only be made with melee weapons. So if you're interested in slapping it with a hand, I guess.
I mean, does it look like it's limping?
No.
She might try and be a little blustery and just like with the heel of her boot, kind of like, kick out with be like, yeah, it's right, she run away. She's clearly dripping a little blood still. So
yeah, go for it.
Bluster a little.
Yeah, let's get that 1 point of damage in.
Oh well, I rolled a 19.
Oh.
Yeah, they're 19
plus minus whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, 19 minus 1. It's the 18 will still hit. Because this would be a strength-based attack, and so it's just going to deal 1 point of damage to it because you don't have an unarmed damage die like Corona does. So hey, yeah, it turns invisible, and you see it reposition itself, moving northward. And you lash out with your boot, and you do kick something, and you can tell based off of like the cadence of its walk, you did make it stumble a little. Speaking of which, it's your turn.
Great. You said it's just walking away?
It's invisible. But
it's
yes,
invisible.
Yes, it is invisible.
So I can't shoot at it.
You can try, but you're literally shooting at nothing. So you could roll a disadvantage. Odds aren't in your favor, but you could still hit it randomly.
I was gonna say, are they both invisible?
No. The one up here is completely visible and is trained on you.
Oh, it's trained on me.
Well, it's trained on Corona.
Well,
it's been shooting at Corona, but yes, it's definitely been targeting both of you.
Yeah, fair. We're gonna shoot that one instead.
Advised.
Yeah. No, we're not. That's 10.
Yeah, unfortunately, the bolt's just going to kind of sail a little high over it. Anything else, Melody?
Nope. Moving with Corona.
Okay.
And then my turn.
Oh, yep.
Nope.
Sorry, I'm still not used to you guys actually responding on the intern. I know like some of you do, but some of you are now developing it as a habit, so I'm getting used to it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stop
I know
touching
that
it.
feeling.
Lilith.
Stand
I
up.
don't know how to do that.
It's in the combat tracker at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Today's not the day to learn it.
Yeah. It's okay.
And with my 25 stealth from last round, I'm going to shoot at the one up on the tree.
Mm-hmm. Advisable.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
$16 points of damage.
Pretty good.
And back into the pit.
Yep. I'm just gonna move along while you roll your hiding.
Not great this time, 11 stealth.
Oh, that is not good. Corona.
How badly did the bolter that we were attacking that was close to us look pretty hurt? Pretty
Not
beat up?
particularly, no.
No.
It had a
Okay.
couple. It had a couple of dings, but it otherwise looked unharmed.
Okay.
Fancy way of saying it's not bloodied.
Yeah. Okay. Not worth throwing a bomb and playing Battleship with it then.
Oh man, what a great idea for a chaos game, though.
Okay. Yeah, I guess this one is our only real target. So, Krona, yeah, is gonna move along with Adi here to go down this little cliff, if we can.
So
Can she?
yeah,
Mhm.
you can jump down and it won't cost you additional movement, but there's a check, or you can climb down at the same movement expenditure, aka twice the amount.
Could she use her action to help Melody and impose disadvantage on her own check?
I think
If
I
we
would
do
just
the
I think I would
athletics.
just let you. Are you jumping down, or like I said, are you still climbing
Jumping
down?
down, yeah, jumping down, just to get the most movement out of this.
So I mean, if you're gonna jump down, you have to make your own check anyway. You could just use your
Right.
action to help.
Okay. I was just wondering because of the buddy cop situation, like following.
Yeah, I think
But,
for this it's still
It
still
still
fine.
works. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Then yeah, I'll do that then. Okay, so let's see. Athletics. Let's hope this is a decent.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
so we'll make it.
yeah, Melody, you're gonna follow Corona still, yeah?
Sure am.
Okay, so Corona's going down the cliff, but jumping. Corona's gonna help you. So I'm assuming an acrobatics check at advantage, or an athletics if you want to, do something different.
Nope. We're not that crazy.
Okay.
Acrobatics is that. No dice, where did you go? Uh, 18.
Yeah, perfectly good.
Awesome.
Yeah, you'll both land on the other side unharmed, and then I will just move you there.
Awesome. And I guess this guy's still way too far for me. Bonus action reload. And that's it.
Okay. It is Titan's turn.
Realize this thing's 60 feet up above me, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's on that tree you felled.
Well, then let's change strategies. I'll dash. I'll dash to get
okay.
off the cliff. 35,
Mm-hmm.
40, and then it's 10 feet up onto the
Correct.
itself, right?
Yeah.
So that would be. What have I done?
You didn't do anything. This is where the body of the Lancer died. It's so you're
okay.
body copying your buddy copying with the blood spat, unfortunately. Once you move to another square, it'll break.
Oh, I've screwed something up.
Oh, there's another wall there, is what it is. If you're trying to move.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just a
Um,
little bit. I just have like 5
There you
feet of movement
Yeah.
left, so it doesn't matter much. There we go. That's it for Titan, though.
okay. And just for the sake of it. Okay. Well, as Bolter sees little old Corona and Melody just making their way down there, all alone in the open. Gonna shoot the one with the gun and the bombs. 22 to hit.
Oh yeah. I will try and catch it.
Much harder to catch. 15. Oh, wow.
Cool.
All right, reduced to 2. Wow, that. Good job. Rolling when you need to.
Yeah, when it counts.
Well, that's its turn. If automatons could be perplexed, it would be. Roz?
All right.
Gonna
Ross is not going to take that short bow because a disadvantaged shot at +2 that would do 1d6 damage if she hit is not worth it. She's gonna stay there, dodge, hunker down, and rely on her other friends to save the day.
Okay then. Yeah. Bolter's gonna move there, but then it is going to drop out of its invisibility with a shot that's going to go at Corona.
This one's free
Uh-oh.
range.
Wow, 17 to hit.
Oh yeah, that ties.
Your buddy cop.
Even with your buddy?
Oh no, with buddy cop. No, never mind. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
18.
miss.
Oof.
Even coming out of invisibility with advantage, a 10 and an 8.
Oh wow.
Melody. Yeah, shark bites. It's favoring you guys tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, Audie's going to turn her attention back to the one that she had been firing on the first time that just came out of invisibility.
Yeah, go for it.
Nope. No, she's not. That's a net one.
Yeah, that's going to miss. If anything, it dropping out of its invisibility startles you a little.
Yeah.
And the shot just goes where you thought it was going to be, but it instead, was a step further.
Yeah.
Lilith.
Lilith. I suppose the question of, was an 11 enough to hide from one of these things?
No, it wasn't, unfortunately.
Well, she does not know that. So she's just going to pop up, shoot at the one that is on the tree trunk.
Mhm.
Normal. Oh, it's so good, but it feels so bad. Natural 20, but I don't get sneak attack.
No. I mean, it's still not a small hit. Just even having that extra D6 on the bow.
$27 total damage.
Yeah, come on.
It's
Wasn't the last time you
good.
crit a 50?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not forget you're level 3, okay?
Lilith is a little crazy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, rogues. Rogues with critical rules that maximize dice. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bonkers. If it was a paladin, the party would be doing the same thing.
I mean, Ross is basically a paladin now.
Yeah, smiting might come later.
Bonus action hide. This time it's a dirty 20 as she falls back prone.
Nice. Okay. At the top of the round, we're going to go to our break because it is that time. Even though we're so close to the end.
It's all good.
But with the way the dice have been going, I actually really just don't know how this is going to go. It could swing suddenly, given how low everybody is. But they also can't hit a shot to save their lives. We'll see. So we'll come back in 10 minutes and we'll find out then all together. Okay, bye. And we're back. -1 Ben. Finn has unfortunately been having some difficulties and had to leave us. But
It's okay.
I think Titan really pulled his weight this fight already.
Oh yeah.
So much kudos to Ben for sticking around for what he did and succeeding in what he did in that time. So we are going to pick off on the top of the round with Corona.
Okay. Well, now that this guy is back out of stealth, is gonna chase him.
Yeah, you guys are.
Believe she can make it no problem, point blank. I'm not sure if Melody wants to come with.
Yeah,
She absolutely will.
coming along for the
Okay.
roller coaster? Okay. There you go.
Awesome.
Up and down and up and down.
Because I will always take 2 armor.
It's good right
That
now.
has saved me.
Sure.
Matters a lot, low levels, yeah.
Okay, so now we're here. Shotgun was fully loaded last turn. Only have an oh no, I have action and bonus action, okay. But no focus, that's fine. Yeah, let's try and shoot this thing. I love the 6s.
Oh,
I love the 6s.
Zhao.
Let's try bonus. Yeah,
Mhm.
bonus action punch. I have enough health to not really be in that much
There you
danger.
go.
Okay,
That's
cool,
something.
there we go. It's a real roll. Okay.
We dealt
For
some
6.
damage.
Yep. And that was movement, action, bonus action. That is the turn.
Okay. Titan's turn. Titan was in pursuit of this guy. I'm going to assume Titan's going to stay in pursuit of this guy.
Be real funny if you shoved him off the tree, though.
Yeah, I was gonna
I was
say.
thinking the same
I
thing.
feel like in very Titan, in
Also.
very Titan style, he is going to attempt to shove this thing off the tree. It feels weird rolling a dice for a player character that isn't mine. Like, how do I pick one for Titan?
Blue or white.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
got
you have a sparkly blue one.
Yeah, sparkly blue, kind of. It's a dark blue though. I have a bunch of sparkly white ones.
Oh yeah.
Like one's, they're both gold numbering. One's more see-through than the other.
Hold on, let us see them.
Oh yeah, true. Fine, I can just true. I can just I suppose also I guess for your consideration because you asked about blue.
Oh, okay.
Don't know.
What are we feeling?
I don't know.
Well, you do have one there that's literally frosted.
That's
yeah,
fair.
like the white frosty one.
Yeah, that just seemed to just answer the question faster, huh? So the bad news is I didn't roll great. We're going to look at a total of 11 in athletics, but it could also roll poorly. It unfortunately didn't.
No.
It is going to maneuver itself out of the way for now. But the good news is these are not creatures that would retaliate in a similar fashion. They're just not built for it. So it's not as if I'm going to shove Titan off of a tree from 60 feet in the air. But that is all Titan can do. A lot of his resources have been burned. Boulder. The one in the tree. Yeah, it really does not like being near Titan. They have a thing for this. It's going to turn invisible. And then it's going to move away. Titan will swing at it at disadvantage. And unless my numbers are deceiving me, he will miss. Yes, he will unfortunately miss. This is going to be one of those back and forths. But that is the boulder's turn. Roz, we're just moving on.
Moving on.
Okay.
She's just dodging.
Yep. No surprise here. I think you guys have figured out at least what its thought process is for this. Surrounded by people, turn invisible. It's going to move. Would either of you like to take an attack of opportunity?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you are allowed to. Sure.
Yeah.
It's-
Disadvantage.
Yeah, it is invisible.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
Shame, but also nice.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Can't
good.
complain.
Good solid thunk.
Yeah, and I rolled a natural 20 and then a not natural 20. Or like a
A dirty
something
20?
that wasn't a 20. No,
Oh.
it's a 6 plus something.
Yeah, so
minus
yeah,
1,
unfortunately
so,
it will miss. Yeah, well, yeah, I took that from both of you apparently. Oops.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, I know. But Corona does exactly what Audie did earlier, but to much greater success. Yep. Okay. Speaking of Melody.
They're both invisible right now, aren't they?
No. Yes. Actually,
Yes.
yeah, they both turn
yeah.
invisible to disengage to disengage from the people that were fighting them.
All right. Well, then, I don't think we've moved this round, so Audie's basically going to suggest, be like, we should go see the others, see how they're doing. I don't see any reason pursuing something we can't see.
Right. That makes sense.
And then, so...
For the record, I think you have moved this round. I think Corona moved on your turn. Or on their turn, rather.
Oh yes.
Oh, for some reason I thought that was 2 rounds ago.
No, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
the problem, Corona's at the very top of the initiative, and Melody's at the very bottom.
Yeah, for some reason I thought we had gone through 2 of Corona's turns. Regardless, taking the dodge action.
Good choice. Lilith.
Lilith
Mm-hmm.
pops out, bow ready, looks around,
Don't see a target.
realizes she can't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
Also sees Corona and Melody being all cool, acting as a cohesive unit across the way, and realizes that she should probably do that with Rose.
Yeah.
But at the absence of a target and having no idea where they went since she was prone, she'll just ready an action to fire when she sees one.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good decision. Corona.
I think she is going to bonus action reload. And we're gonna save movement to see where they appear afterwards. So we're gonna dodge as well, actually.
Okay, I can respect that.
And that'll be the turn.
How relentless in his pursuit do we think Titan is? Okay, well, he has a spell slot left and Featherfall in the chamber still, so I think he would happily go to the top of this tree if it meant he could continue closing the gap. There is no way of knowing exactly where the target is, because unfortunately, Titan's passive perception is quite low. So I'm just gonna have him take a wild swing. Never hurts. Yeah, in this case, the wild swing is gonna still find contact somewhere. Looker dog that he is. Nice. He's going to deal 7 points of slashing damage to an invisible target.
Nice.
This boulder's turn. Well, this boulder does not like having something near it, so it is going to, while it's still invisible, dash. It will provoke. Oh, Titan's really had it with these things. At disadvantage, still 17, which is enough to hit. for 8 points of slashing damage. Yeah, funnily enough, at that position, on the claw strike on the way by, Lilith, given that you're sort of sitting there with your bow and an arrow ready to fire at the first thing you appear, you watch as slowly down the length of this tree, something that was once invisible slowly loses its invisibility.
I mean, the wording of my reaction was, when she sees something stop being invisible, so
Uh-huh.
she's gonna take the shot. Is it dead? Or did it actually just drop invisibility? For
No,
different
it
reasons?
lost its invisibility.
Oh.
Like the component seems to be broken. It's still functioning.
Oh.
I will take a shot at normal, which will be cocked. Ooh, only a 12 to hit, unfortunately.
That will not hit, unfortunately. Well. You gonna do your rigmarole hide again?
There's a visible enemy that Roz could charge, so
Okay. You
it's-
could
I
so
wanted it to get up
it's
there.
it's the getting up onto the tree is 10 feet. It's climbing, so it would take double your movement because no native climb speed.
Okay. She can't quite reach it then. Yeah, we'll just stay in here. Well, if she can, she'll get to it.
Well, I guess you're in a ditch. The ditch, unfortunately, is going to cost you movement to get out of, too. You would just treat the ditch as difficult terrain. So I think you end up being just short of the movement speed enough to climb.
We're good.
Fair enough. Yeah, this bolter does not have anybody crowding it anymore. It's going to scurry up the tree a little higher. And once it's in that position, it is going to wheel about and fire on Corona.
Oh, there he is.
Unbelievable. 17 to hit, even with advantage.
Huh. Wow. Okay, well, yeah, because Buddy Cop.
Yep. Melody. Get your kids yet?
What was that?
Huh?
What did you say?
Melody, it's your turn.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's a dead body, isn't it? Okay. Oh, that's Titan up there. Got it.
Yeah, that's a Titan.
I'm like, I just see
That's
a
your bolter.
square. But yeah, we're definitely gonna hit that bolter. Although, does the other one look like it's heading for Roz?
No, it
And-
looks
and
like it's
Lilith?
trying to avoid contact.
But we can see both of them?
Now you can, yeah.
Now you can? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna I don't think that's outside of 80 feet.
Nope.
It's not. Yeah, we're gonna shoot
Yeah, go for it.
Well, then 4 minus this 15.
15 unfortunately misses. Just.
All right, it's 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and staying with Corona.
Okay. Lilith.
Lilith. He will duck down to hide as a bonus action.
Just hiding behind Roz at this point.
Pretty much. It's a 22.
Mm-hmm.
And then pop up to shoot the one that's nearby.
Mm-hmm.
25 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
$24 points of damage.
Pretty good.
That is her turn.
Corona.
I'm going to do something a little different. Can she delay her turn until after Titan?
Technically, the answer is no.
No?
No.
Okay. Let's see. What do I do then? Okay. Um. Hmm. I have one option. It's not very likely to work. Because this guy I think is 40 feet away from us, more or less, right?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. bu- 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 Uh. uh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is not what I was intending to do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably much more wild. Could she attempt to lasso this thing with her 50 feet of rope?
Ooh, real tough. I mean, the short answer is yes. Just understand that it is going to be with a very high degree of difficulty.
No, that's understandable. 50 feet is a tough
Yeah,
ask. Even 40 feet.
Yeah, the check is definitely going to be made at disadvantage.
Okay. I mean, it's either that or I throw a bomb there and risk something happening to Titan. So I think I'm gonna go with the rope.
Okay. It's a dex-based check.
Dex based. Okay.
Yep.
Should I just roll raw dex basically?
Yeah.
This ability check, disadvantage. Come on. That's bad.
Yeah, that is unfortunately not going to make it. You definitely
Okay.
think this could work, but the distance is really hard to overcome.
Okay.
we- I was going to say, are we learning that Corona was in fact a farmer and not a rancher?
Yeah, there is
She
a difference.
Yeah, there is a difference. Yeah, she was a farmer. Yep. But that was probably the action to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is going to let Melody know. I'm out of options. My gun can't hit something that far that reliably. So best I can do is this. And I think she'll just start reeling back the rope to, try again next turn.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be it.
Okay. All right, so Titan's in a weird spot. And I know in slightly different circumstances, this is already a consideration, which would be Titan to jump down and attempt to shove this thing out of the tree and then feather fall safely to the ground. But I don't know at this state where Titan has no resources left if he would still try that. Can I crowdsource a yay or nay on that?
Well, you said he had one feather fall, right?
He does.
Yeah. It's an all or nothing move, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Or he takes the walk of shame back to the base of the tree.
Yep, basically.
Where there is another bolter, to be honest.
Yeah, which I mean, I'll be real fair with you. I'm pretty sure Lilith is going to kill it on her next turn. I mean, we'll see. They have their turn still, so I think Titan will. I think Titan would, because this is something that could be a pretty decisive turning point for this fight. So I think he's going to attempt what he's talked about before, which is he's going to attempt to jump from the higher point on the tree to attempt to shove this one off of it and then feather fall to safety either way. Oh, okay. Very good number. Natural 18. 24.
Nice.
The bolter rolled averagely, but not sufficient enough to be Titan. So
Nice.
Titan's Gambit is going to work. He's going to jump out of the tree as only a gigantic, over 7 foot tall Dragon Eye pit fighter can. He's going to essentially land on it, wrap his arms and legs around it enough to wrench it off the tree, and then just kind of throw it as he does a flip in the air as he finishes the casting of Featherfall, and he begins to slowly drift down as it falls. Well, it's just got to eat that damage now. So 60 feet up, huh? Because it's very satisfying to listen to the dice. Oh, pretty good too. Yeah, it averaged out at the end. 22 points of fall damage it's going to take.
Pretty good.
So we're going to drop it to tree level, and we are likewise going to drop Titan tree level, as he will daintily drift down next to it. It is also, oh nope, not that button. It is also going to be prone. All right, well, yeah, that was pretty successful, I think. This bolter's turn. All the way over yonder. It is not within direct threat, but it is being harried by another ranged attacker. It is going to turn and shoot you, Lilith.
Uh-oh.
Unbelievable. 13 to hit. A miss.
Ooh, that's good.
Roz. Yep.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, this bolter is going to get up. It's going to continue doing what we all know it does. Turn invisible. And then it's going to choose a direction. Titan is going to get a chance to swing at it. Invisibly. Wow, again, at this Titan just doesn't have any patience left for these things. He's still gonna hit. He's just gonna meet.
Go.
Oh, I roll a 1 on the damage die though, so it's going to take 5 points of slashing. Melody.
Yeah. Titan seems to have that one in hand, so we're still gonna shoot at the one over there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll hit. Nice.
7 damage.
Nice. It's barely hanging on.
Good.
Speaking of Lilith.
Bonus action hide in the pit.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a 14.
14 is not going to suffice in order for you to hide from this.
They do have some decent passive perception. I guess that makes sense. They're snipers.
Yep.
Right, we're just going to shoot it normal then. Oh, so close. Well, it still hits. Natural 19.
Yep.
No sneak attack. Get rid of those.
I think if you roll all ones, it might survive.
It's got close. A 1 and a 2, so 7 damage.
It's exactly how much life it has. And that boulder goes down. The arrow will catch it in its shoulder, and you'll see sparks kind of shower and rain down from its neck, where it'll kind of continue to try to move and articulate itself until it eventually just kind of seizes and then topples off of the tree and into the stonework.
That'll end her turn.
Corona.
Well, he fell, then moved after going invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Could be anywhere, except back up on the tree, I guess. Okay. Well, I forget if I reloaded, but bonus action reload. Will. I think this is a good vantage point, if nothing else, for Melody. And for me too, honestly, even if I can't hit anything that far away. You know what? Action dodge. We'll keep it simple.
Okay. Titan. I mean, Titan would definitely want this thing to cease functioning, but as the perception's quite low, uncertain as to where it would have gone, I think he will put himself here, kind of in the middle of all potential places, and then he will likewise dodge. Roz? Yep. Figured I'd just check in, see how you're doing.
Well, I appreciate the check-in, but you know what the turn is.
Yeah. Yeah, simple creature. It is going to, from here, reveal itself. It's going to shoot Titan. Unfortunately, dodging does not save him. Almost did. The dice are determined to let you all live. I rolled a 2 and a 1 on the damage dice. So 7. Yeah, again, all things considered, that's still a lot of damage for how much life Titan had left. But that is all it could do, and it is going to scurry down this fissure that way. Melody.
And I can see it.
Yep.
All right, we've got 4 bolts left. Just let's use one of them. 17.
17 will hit. Look at you just getting consistent all of a sudden.
And 8 points of damage.
Nice.
Nice.
Even rolling a little bit above average.
Yeah.
Lilith.
Lilith. I think I can reasonably see it considering where the tree is.
You could if you move to this position, and even then it's going to have cover from the trees and rocks. Or if you got on top of the tree, then you could see it perfectly. Needless to say, if you want to hit it, you can't stay in the ditch.
Yeah, but we are going to use it to hide while it's out of line of sight. Better this time, an 18.
Yeah, that's good. That will do.
If Roz would like to come along, she's more than welcome to. We're going to go down.
No, yeah, that's a choice.
Yeah, Roz is going to stick with Lilith.
Okay, so I'm going to put you two together. Then here, question mark?
Yep. Okay. Just enough to be under the tree so we have clear line of sight.
Yeah, allow me to back down to level 0. There you go.
I'm a fire in my longbow. 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
$22 points of damage. Huh, matching.
Oh, nice. Matchies.
That's her bonus action, movement, and action, so that is her turn.
Okay. Corona.
Okay. Probably gonna dogpile this guy.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah. Gonna have to burn an action to do it, and a couple of checks. That's okay.
If that's your decision.
Just do the Mario triple jump.
Yeah. Yeah, let's BLJ over to this guy. So I'm gonna do the checks to have full movement speed.
Okay.
So let's see.
That'll do.
17. And another one for the second one?
Yeah.
Okay. A little better.
Yeah,
Oh,
sufficient.
wait, no, a little worse. Okay.
Both will do.
My math wrong. Okay, and then we're gonna move. We're gonna try and block it up from moving south.
Okay.
Or at least, de-incentivize it.
Yep. For the first time in
Um,
several rounds, you break away from Adi.
Yes, I think she can only follow up to a certain point,
Mm-hmm.
and she would have to make that check anyway. But I think she's comfortable in the sniping position she's at there. That's action. I definitely reloaded last turn, so no bonus. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, Titan's turn. I think we know how this is going to go. Something isn't done about it, so Titan's gonna jump down. Yeah, he does it does so perfectly. He's gonna move here and try to block it in, but then he's also going to claw attack it. Natural 19. Unfortunately, his glove effects have worn off, so it's not a crit.
Aw.
But still. Ooh, a 7. For 12 points of slashing damage. Well, that is Titan's turn. Roz.
I think Roz is going to take the dash action so she can break away from Lilith. Get right there.
Yeah, I don't think you had to dash.
Well, she had to move with Lilith.
Ah, touche. Okay, well, the bolter, several of you, since now this is the last remaining combatant and everybody's staring at it, you can all see as a section of it sparks, where it wasn't sparking before, and you can see sections of it try to use its device that allows it to turn invisible, but it fails. It unfortunately is a simple creature, and I will keep repeating myself. It's going to disengage. It is going to flee this way. And get there. And that's its turn.
I think I might have lost sight of it, or maybe it's just because of where tree branches and stuff
Yeah,
are.
it's this wall that the tree used to be, which technically speaking, I could just remove because, well, it doesn't exist anymore. So just.
I was going to drop down. What does that leave me for movement? I know going up.
Well, so if you drop down, you have to make a check, but then it will cost you no movement. But there's a chance that you take fall damage.
Yeah, let's not do that. We're gonna scramble down lightly.
Okay. So it will cost you basically it's 10 feet, it's gonna cost you 20.
10 feet costs 20?
Yeah.
So I would have 20.
You would have 10.
Oh,
it's a 10-foot climb. Because you don't have a climb speed, it costs you double, basically. So it will cost you 20 to get down from basically this level to this level.
Right. So then I have 10 feet remaining.
From depending upon where you climb down, yeah, but basically.
Yeah. So if I think that
so
point
the end of whatever 20 feet is where is the correct location.
Cool, let's do that. And the bolter, and he's within 80 feet. I'm gonna keep harrying him.
Okay.
$16 plus other things.
Yeah, yes. 16 will do. That's the meat.
For 10 damage.
Ooh, look at Audie. Suddenly Audie pivots into an archer character. Anything else, Melody?
No, that's my distance. That's my movement. It's best I can do.
Okay. Lilith.
Well, it's gonna spend 5 feet to press herself up against this wall and use it to hide.
Mm-hmm.
It's 23 stealth.
Okay.
And she's going to use some more of her movement to step back to make sure the rocks aren't blocking her
Okay.
path?
It is going to be aware of you
Gotcha.
because you're just in plain view. Before, like with the ditch, you could leave its sight, and it wasn't watching your direction. It's staring in this field of vision where you've moved to, and then stepped back out to open sight. It's aware of you.
Gotcha. Well, we're still gonna take a shot.
Yeah, go for it. It's so close.
Blow inspiration. All right, it's better. That's an 18 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
For 14 points of damage.
Ooh, real good, real close.
That's all she's got.
Corona.
She is going to climb up 30 feet. And then... screw it. We need to use these.
Throw a rock at it.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, no. Oh, well. I did it for the sound effect.
It is neat.
And that's the turn.
Okay. Titan. I mean, Titan's getting tired, but he's gonna dash, and he's going to yeah, he's just gonna get right there. But that's all you can do. Roz.
Roz is going to dash actually down to here to hedge it in from going southward. So it has to go north.
Okay. Yeah. The bolter is going to disengage and run. That's its turn.
All right. Let's see how much health it has left. Oh, luck had to run out eventually. That's a 1.
Oh, that is a shame.
But she is going to also take the 10, 15, and 20 to drop down as well. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, Lilith.
Going to bonus action dash to get right up on it.
Oh, okay.
Pull out the rapier and take a strike.
Yeah.
Want to make sure that it can't dash away. It's a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
I need to find my D8. There. Ooh, max damage. 12.
All right. That is 3 times the amount of health it had left. And I think we can say safely, now, the combat has come to a close. The only survivors standing on the field are the greenies.
We had as many rounds as we had enemies.
Oh my
I just
god.
wanted to point
you're
that out.
right.
Yeah, a lot of rounds. Also, you know.
A lot of enemies.
Yeah.
Dogs are tanky.
No. Yeah, they got some health. So, as Lilith charges up, clambers over the rocks, rolls off into the top, draws the rapier in one smooth motion, closes in on the remaining lancer, and in much similar fashion to Melody, with the thin blade, finds a spot in its armor that requires it to be flexible and strikes there between its neck and its torso. And there's a part of it that sparks, which causes Lilith to recoil. But when the sparks die down, it seizes and kind of freezes and paralyzes itself, and then just topples over as a stiff-legged quadrupedal automaton ceases to move any further. There are no more combatants here. I leave this time to you.
If I may, I retrieved my dagger. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
You remembered.
Oh, yes, I did. I kept a note.
Oz is going to climb down the cliff, run up to Lilith, hug her, pick her up, kiss her, and cry just a little bit because she almost watched Lilith die.
You okay?
Fine. Never better. My right arm doesn't work very well, but that's fine. Are you all right?
Yeah. The Titan got me up, I think.
Yeah, that bastard was gonna stab you while you were down. He's gonna try to kill you.
Oh. Well, I'm glad I'm not dead.
So am I. So am I. Oh no. Roz has healed like 60 health in this combat just from potions.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to turn to the left and throw up into the ditch.
Awful.
Whatever color potion liquid is,
It's red.
that.
Yeah, classically red.
It's a bloody red puke.
Mm-hmm.
Lilith will just gotta rub her back. She doesn't have long enough hair that it needs to be held back. Is everyone okay? Is everyone conscious?
Yeah, I'm good. Melody's good too, I think.
Standing upright.
You get a grunt from Titan. But
If
he will then also quickly begin checking over everybody to make sure no one's just being boisterous.
We get all of them.
yeah, I saw the fireball creature. What was that?
That was whatever came out of the gnome's body when he died. I don't know exactly.
We weren't warned about something like that, were we?
Not at all, no.
Some good intel to bring back with us.
Speaking of bringing things back with us, before we leave this area, we've got to spread out, find that commander's body, bring it back to the Shalseer.
I mean, we've been all over this canyon, but do you think we could still find some footsteps? Imagine I were in armor, they probably would have left some pretty deep prints.
It's got to be somewhere.
Might want to salvage some of these cores too, and maybe something out of that fire.
Well, before we start worrying about that, anyone need potions? Don't have any?
Oh, please, I don't want any more potions.
Still got my big emergency one, but
I'm hurting, but if we stay out of a fight, I'll make it back to camp, no problem.
Sounds to me like you need a potion then, just in case.
I mean, about 50% doing alright. Could be worse.
She'll hand you her level 1 potion. Go on, I'm
And,
not gonna take no for an answer.
Essence, yeah, and despite the brave front, Audie just downs it without a second thought.
There you go. Okay, so if I do this ability, you can roll the d6 plus all the bonus.
That was 7. That brings me up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I will take it.
Well,
I was gonna say, is Roz still looking kind of off though?
She has 4 health.
Okay.
Jeez.
Are we grouped up? I know we haven't grouped up on the map.
yeah,
but, like,
you disregard the map at this point.
disregard the map now. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Then Audie will kind of come up to Roz and give her a big hug, and cast Healing Word.
Here's some words of affirmation.
God,
I'm
so
all
still
right.
standing upright. Saw you hanging from the tree. I didn't quite bleed my eyes.
Roz's hair color has turned red from her own blood. She does not look good.
Maybe she kind of kind of pets trying to push her bangs out of the way, but it just like plasters to her face, kind of thing. Maybe instead of having a concert join you, I'll bathe you myself in the seductress. And then she kind of like tries to laugh, but winces a bit. She's like, I'll save the jokes for when I'll feel better.
To be wise.
But yeah, you get 1d4 plus
Well, roll it for me.
4,
Yeah.
right?
It's your charisma mod, whatever that is, which should be a 4.
But it's, yeah. Oh. You said me roll it for you?
Yeah, it's your healing.
Honestly, you're casting the spell.
No, in the box.
That's where it counts.
And that's 4 plus 4. You get 8.
Nice.
We almost have the same health now.
Roz has 12.
And she would do the same for Lilith if Lilith was still looking that rough. Because I think
Lilith is 1 HP.
Yeah, likewise.
Oh,
Just,
jeez.
yeah, I kind of call her over. It's like, Lilith. Oh, goodness.
I'm fine.
Yeah, well, I don't think I wanted to be the one telling your mom that she didn't make it back.
He was already pretty pale. I think it's a little paler at that.
Oh, no, honey, darn it, it's a joke. Oh my goodness, I really should stop that. And how much do you get? That's another 4. It's another 4? It's another 4.
Nice.
You get 8.
Yay.
You two girls sure you don't want a potion?
I'll be okay. Let's just try not to linger too long.
Would it leave you without a potion, Krona?
Yeah, but I'm fine.
Then keep your potion. Roz is going to stand up, soaked in her own blood. I'm fine. Turn, look toward where the gnome was killed, split in half, burst into fire. He's not, though.
Let's, should we see what we can find then? Don't waste too much time, but look around for the captain. Salvage some cores, spend about 10 minutes and then head back.
We're gonna need those cores to replace all the damn potions I drank.
Okay,
Like a plan.
so who wants to do what?
What check is salvaging cores again?
Salvaging a core is either an Arcana check or a Tinker's Tools check.
Ooh, I can help with those.
Yeah, I've got pretty good Arcana.
I'm good with tinkering.
You can only help with one that you're proficient with, so you guys would have to come to a conclusion there.
Or we could just do our own, because there's multiple, right?
Yeah, that's what I was meaning. I think we can each take a couple different ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the sake of all of this, the Lancers are salvageable. All the other ones, the Knights and the Bugs, are not even close.
Oh, okay. I figured the bugs weren't. They were too tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you recall, but Krona really did a number on most of those Knights.
Yeah, she did.
It's okay. The Lanterns are the ones I'm more interested in, because I assume they're higher quality. Based on how strong they are compared to the other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that's next to There was one on the ground. There was there
Again,
with us.
there's 3. Just
Yeah.
tell me which one you're going to salvage, 1, 2, or 3, and you need to roll a check.
I'll salvage 1.
Yeah, I guess I will take 2.
22 Arcana.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I know, Ben's not here, but could Titan take a look at the remains of that elemental, since I know he's the one who killed it?
Yes, but I'll also just save everyone the trouble here. There is nothing left to salvage.
Okay.
There's like not a single aspect of that gnomish controller exists. His armor, every part of his equipment disintegrated on his transformation, and when he was killed in his elemental form, there was something, but because of how Titan destroyed the elemental, whatever it was is gone too.
That was the thing. He felt crushed beneath his fingers.
Mm-hmm.
As we're salvaging, Lilith will also mention she's not sure how durable those guns are, but she'll tell Corona that she knocked it out of the gnome's hand, so it might be over by the tree.
Okay. Yeah,
She wants another gun for her collection.
Well, the last ones we sold off, I think, but yeah, they were probably worth some money, considering we're pretty well off now. So yeah, she'll go try and find that and see if she can't find anything else around there, and then meet up.
Yeah, you can make an investigation check, Corona. What was your Tinker's Tools check, Adi?
13.
13. So you managed to salvage the core. Unfortunately, you degrade its quality a little. So Lilith, you would have salvaged a grade C core. Adi, you would have salvaged a grade C, but it degraded to a grade D during its salvaging.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like sparked a little. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah. It was just partially damaged on the extraction. That's just all it comes down to.
And a gnomish gun. And listing some salvage.
Well, I mean, that's up to Corona, who would go over to the general idea as to where that whole thing occurred, and with the 2 would not succeed in finding the pistol or the knives or anything that was littered over there, unfortunately.
Yeah. Low roll.
Just for the sake of time, since I don't think we want to linger here too long in character, since there's nothing of the gnome left, could Titan salvage the last one while we're working on ours?
He does so with extreme prejudice and gets another grade C core. Because, inventors.
Especially.
Yeah.
While everyone else is doing their thing, Roz is going to look for the captain's body.
How would you like to go about looking for it? This will determine the type of check you roll.
Roz is going to climb to somewhere high, see if she can find, she'll see her wear copper armor, right? So distinctive glint, a distinctive color. So she's going to try to climb high and spot a copper glint.
Okay, perception check.
13?
You get up to a good vantage point. You look around now that there's been an opportunity from the chaos of battle to subside a bit. Unfortunately, for better or worse, either because of the fog that you guys have been fighting in, or just because the location is not in a spot where you can see from there is no glint for you to notice.
Okay. Roz will call down that she can't find the captain's body from where she is.
For the record, salvaging each core takes 10 minutes. So for the 3 of you that were locked in, just know that's what you were doing for about 10 minutes time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if Roz is ever near enough to hear Audie, she'll just mention, well, if they cleared the spot, they might have shoved him in one of the holes they came out of the mountains. The knights had these little nooks they liked to crawl out of.
What?
And she kind of points up on the hill. Got little holes up there.
You think he's going to be in one of the holes?
I don't know, maybe. Pulled him out of the way. Don't see him on the ground.
All right.
Our other creatures ate him.
I guess Roz is going to keep searching, this time checking the holes.
Okay. We'll simplify this a little. How long are you going to take? And of course, this is variable depending upon how long the party is also spending here.
Well, at least 10 minutes, because that's how long we're salvaging.
Mm-hmm.
But realistically, Roz is going to spend as long as it takes to find this body.
Okay.
Lilith will join in the search when she's done salvaging.
Same with Audie.
Okay. So this is how this is going to work. If you take an hour, you can find the body. However, if you take the hour, I'm going to have you all roll encounter rolls.
Okay.
Otherwise, you could try to make, each of you can now then make checks to contribute to not do it within the hour. Because the hours, you take an hour, it's guaranteed. But then
So
I
can
will
we
also only let you roll X amount of times, to try to find it quickly before you then either make the choice of you spend the hour or you leave without it.
Yeah, I was going to say that was going to be my thing. I'd like to make checks to see if we do it faster, but Audie was willing to spend up to an hour, which was so convenient. That's the time you gave.
I was gonna kind of think over the battle and where people have already gone. Probably start with like the high part of the southeastern map. Just go places that she doesn't think people ended up, that the body might have been, since nobody spotted it during the fight.
Right. So basically your methods, your three methods of searching for the scenario, for those of you that wish to make rolls to try to expedite it a little. Perception checks for visual cues, looking around, climbing to vantage points like what Roz did earlier. You can try a survival check, which will be more involved for trying to track, identify different types of boots or signs of combat that existed here before, and trying to use those as cues to find the location of the final resting place, if that is wherein they died and then stayed. Or investigation, which is a lot more particular. You're going to be coming through smaller sections of areas, so you'll cover less ground, but you'll be more particular about an area.
I'll do investigation.
I was going to say I'm going to take some investigation. It's my better stat.
For those of you investigating, pick a north, south, east, or west direction. Just
Right side of the map was
so
west.
you guys arrived from the south. Remember, you hiked up, came in, so you arrived in the south, and of course the northern side of the map is where you've not traversed further, but is the direction in which the gnomes and the lancers were clearly arriving from.
Lilith will take the south under the logic that we didn't spend a lot of time in the south since we pressed forward pretty quickly, and she can't imagine a single person making it very far into this alone.
I'll take the east.
Okay.
Got a dirty 20 on my investigation.
Not bad.
Oh, I got natural 20. 25.
Nice. Corona, Roz?
Well, realistically, I think Corona wouldn't be searching for the gun for 10 minutes. She'd probably spend a good amount of time, but then run into other people during their investigations. She'll help with perception if she can.
Yeah, that's fine.
Both Roz's method and her roll remain unchanged. I rolled again, got a 13 again.
Okay.
The dice are firm.
19 for me.
Okay. So this is what happens. Lilith, you go to the south. You begin looking for telltale signs of someone else arriving that wasn't you, or the various types of footprints you can now easily associate with knights or, upon observation, the lancers. And clearly a difference between a gnome and the assumed race of the Chaucier captain, which you don't necessarily have.
He
But
said he was human. Big human.
did I?
I think they did.
I'm just
We
checking
asked-
my notes.
That's like, could someone have a note for it?
I asked because carrying him back is going to be hard.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I do vaguely recall them saying that he was pretty large.
They said that he was a jumper,
That goes without saying.
but I didn't make a note on race.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so their size will remain roughly unchanged, but their race is not human. For the sake of it, it has now been retconned because I don't know what I said during the session, but I definitely ended up writing a character profile for the captain at some point, and so it's not human. This is what it was. That's why I was curious.
Medium humanoid.
Nothing's always this
as
way.
many are. Anywho, so yeah, Lilith in the south, you can identify a lot of tracks, a lot of signs, the footprints of everyone in the group of yours. The clear movement and sign of the automatons in and out of the area based off of the controller. Distinctly, there is not a set of boot prints that doesn't belong from the information you have. Which means if the Shalseer captain arrived, they didn't arrive the same way you did.
She will share that with the others. They came in from a different direction.
Audie, now that you've had an opportunity to actually stop and look at things a little more closely in this environment because you're not constantly being attacked, on the eastern side of this cut through the rock, first you have to kind of parse through a bunch of different types of damage that have been caused by the Lancers, bombs, gun blasts, various types of magic and things of that nature that that has occurred since you all have arrived. But distinctly along certain segments of the walls here, you can tell there's damage that looks like it was caused by some sort of large slashing weapon, and it comes in like groups of 3. Just these segments of things that are just been raked through the rock, something with extreme force. Which you can pretty distinctly tell was not caused by anybody in your party.
It's like maybe a set of claws.
If it were like a very large creature.
Okay.
This seems,
But that they're together 3 slashes, not like 3 slashes.
So I mean, they're together in the sense that there's like a foot or 2 apart. They're not exactly symmetrical in terms of like their shape.
Okay.
They vary in the couple of signs you find. You can tell that the center slash is wider and longer, and the exterior ones on either side are a bit on the smaller, thinner side by comparison, almost like there's a follow-up from whatever is happening. And you find that the movements of these are not always perfectly straight lines, along with the fact that they're not always in the same position. You can tell whenever one of these attacks occurred, it occurred in one spot, and then like about 15 feet ahead was the next location you found another. And then kind of on a hunch of kind of sort of looking for that, you realize it was sort of moving every once in a while. So whatever this attack was, whoever was causing it was very mobile. So it gives you an idea. It gives you an idea because it leads you towards the north. And with Lilith eventually kind of supplying information that would tell you that they did not arrive from the south, you at the very least have a much more specific direction to follow.
And of course, we share this with everybody.
Of course. Roz, much of your information doesn't really change. Between visibility being not super good and also just really nothing jumping out at you, other than maybe the occasional scrap piece from some of the automatons that kind of catch your eye because the colors distorted through the fog are very similar. But even Corona, who's doing a similar tact, probably I'm assuming in a somewhat contrary position from Roz, has to cover more ground. You're looking around, trying to look for signs of anything that would stand out that would either not be natural or not be caused by the automatons or the controller that were here. And it is further north rather, that you notice past that largest tree on the right side, that there was a crater that you realize it sort of existed because you can tell there's just like a dip in the otherwise consistent terrain. And when you get a little closer to kind of observe what that little odd abnormality was, you realize there's about a 15-foot radius crater that was there. And it has a very particular, like, sharp, narrow point of impact, and then it just sort of blisters outward from there. Yeah, so you all have now little pieces of information, but none of them have led you directly to a body. Which is to say, you have enough information that you can make another round of checks, but you're still counting down the clock.
Okay.
With that information, can we like narrow in if we continue to do investigation?
That's
It's the northern.
That's what the next set of checks is for. Yeah,
Alright.
same as before. Take your choice amongst your three options.
Investigation, it's 16.
23 investigation.
15 perception.
11 survival.
Okay. And you know what, Adi? Roll at advantage. I'll have Titan help you. Doesn't make sense for him to do nothing.
Oh, that's another nat 20. We'll take it.
Nice.
25.
Oh, nice.
He's very helpful.
Yeah. Okay. So there's you all begin sort of gathering smaller pieces of information. Roz, as you're looking around now, kind of looking for different signs with information that Lilith has shared with you, is that there was no signs of someone approaching from the south that stood out. When you're now looking closer in the sort of quadrant that you guys have sort of scouted out on the northeastern side, beyond even the battlefield you guys sort of partook in, you do actually begin to identify boot prints that are distinct from the automatons and your own group. And as you kind of follow them, you can see the strides and stances in which it was clearly someone fighting, and fighting in a style that was very, very long form, acrobatic even. And combining it with the things, the markings Adi identified earlier, you can tell that every long stride, every about 15-foot gap was a single attack that was being propelled in a direction. So between where Adi originally found the fight, the edges of the fight, and the crater Corona has identified, you all begin sort of narrowing in on the direction. There is a series of rocks beyond that backmost tree that was on the map, about 75-80 feet away. On the level below, where you find, kind of tucked in tightly between two rocks, a copper armored soldier, motifed with dragons, a helm with sharp angular edges, that's sort of just leaned down. You can tell their head just drooped onto their chest. They have several wounds punctured through them from the lancer attacks, and it looks like they managed to just crawl over here out of sight, managing to hide, but unfortunately gave into their wounds.
All right. Oh. Let's not linger too long then. I've got the body.
Yeah, Audie will help carry what she can, but I don't think she can help with that. She'll grab a core or something.
Yeah, I would dare assume the cores have been stuffed into bags. And yeah, Roz, you can basically piggyback the body, or
Yeah, if he's
fireman's
less than
carry.
400 pounds, we're good.
He is big for a humanoid, not Titan big.
Yeah.
And sorry, did you say what he was, or just he's in armor? So we can't
Yeah,
see
he's in head to toe armor.
features?
So unless you decided to remove any of it,
Nope.
Not right now.
I will say anybody interested can make a history check. There's a little something here that you could just learn from the visuals of his armor.
Do it,
Someone
nerd.
say history. Whee! 18.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, both
Sorry, technically it's a
14 because you're exhausted.
But my natural 20s, I guess, were 24s. But yes.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Unfortunately, the 14, you lose the tidbit, the nugget. But I'm sure
Yeah.
Lilith, will be tight-lipped and will share if Lilith thinks it's relevant. Which is to say, the armor that the first scale captain is wearing is an armor type that belongs to only one group of individuals in the Shao Seer. Because the Shao Seer allows individuality in terms of the equipment they wear. They just usually always in some form wear a piece of protection across their chest that has their copper scale on it, essentially their badge, regardless of what else they choose to wear. But for this individual, he's wearing armor that denotes that he is one of the elite Shao Seer jumpers, those that have the ability to conjure portal magic from Rahesh, the protectorate dragon of copper, to jump from immense heights out of the sky and land in locations where that would otherwise be unreachable. They are a storied in his historic group, and thus why his location and trying to find where he arrived was quite contrary to where you would have imagined it.
I'm guessing that crater was his.
It was. Worth mentioning, this is the reason why I wanted the role. They're known to always fight with lances. It's part of their entry method. His lance was not with his body.
Oh, and we haven't found it in the other
Nope.
searches we made? Unfortunate.
Well, as far as Roz is concerned, the body is the most important part. So she's ready to go.
I don't think Lilith wants to risk staying here any longer. She will share everything she knows, and just kind of use that as a talking point on the way back. Share some stories she's heard about the totally not dragoons.
Mm-hmm. I can't help it. I've always been a fan. I had to work them into my setting somehow.
They're so cool.
Yep, big fan. Yeah. So, you have the captain's body. Roz will carry that burden. Some of you have cores. Unfortunately, due to your time and your focus, finding the captain's body is what you managed. The controller's camp, on the other hand, remains undiscovered. Yeah. And you will slowly begin making your way back towards the Roost, which will take you the better part of a couple of hours now that you have a bit more of a burden that requires a little bit of kajiggering to get down various cliff faces and sections of the trek back, which luckily going down is much easier than coming up, at least. Any final words for anybody before I close out the session?
Ow.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, fair. Well, as I said, because of timing, and probably because I think it'll be better for Ben to be here for the remainder, we're going to finish there. Or else just past time. Yeah, hey, so you all survived. Good job.
Yay.
Yay!
Yeah. So, that's it. We're finished. Nothing else to say here. Thanks for watching. Thank you for playing, all of you. Next week, same time, same place. I really feel like there wasn't a relevant life lesson in the combat today. So
Don't drink too much, even if it keeps you alive. I don't know. That's
yeah,
the
no,
best I got.
yeah, it's conflicting. There's a lot of conflicting things there because it all requires context.
Work together to achieve your goals.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's make good choices. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Awful.